Have you ever sat in the quiet of your home, the world slowing down around you, and wondered, what do I really need to keep my spark alive after 70? Maybe you're savoring the freedom of living alone, or maybe the silence feels heavier than you expected. Either way, life in your golden years isn't just about getting by. It's about thriving with heart, grit, and a little bit of mischief. In this video, we're diving into the 5 things you absolutely can't live without after 70. Practical, soul-stirring essentials that turn solo living into a vibrant adventure. From a connection that could save your life to a ritual that keeps your days bright, these aren't just tips. They're lifelines to a life that's still unmistakably yours. Stick around until the end, because we're sharing a secret that'll make you rethink what independence really means, and it just might bring a tear to your eye. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. 1. A heartbeat connection to the world. As you move into your 70s, 80s, or beyond, living alone can feel like a badge of independence, but it also comes with quiet moments that can feel isolating. There's a unique power in knowing that someone somewhere is waiting to hear from you. A small signal that says, I'm still here and I'm okay. This is what I call a heartbeat connection. A simple, intentional daily check-in that ties you to the people who care about you most. It's not about long, draining conversations or airing every detail of your day. It's a quick, meaningful gesture, a text, a phone call, a wave to a neighbor, that reassures others you're doing all right and gives you peace of mind knowing someone's got your back. For many older adults, the idea of being checked on can feel intrusive, like you're admitting you can't manage on your own. But a heartbeat connection isn't about surveillance. It's about being seen in a way that respects your independence. Think of it as a quiet pact between you and your loved ones, a way to say, I'm still me and I'm still here. My friend Clara, a sprightly 74-year-old who lives alone in her cozy apartment, has a ritual with her son. Every morning by 9 a.m., she sends him a single heart emoji. It's their unspoken code, I'm up, I'm okay. One chilly morning, when that heart emoji didn't arrive by 10 a.m., her son called, and when she didn't answer, he was at her door in 20 minutes. Clara had fainted from low blood sugar, a scary moment that could have been much worse without that tiny digital heartbeat. That one emoji wasn't just a message, it was her lifeline. Setting up your own heartbeat connection is simple, but it's worth putting some thought into. Here's how to make it work for you. Choose your signal. Pick something that feels natural and easy. A text message with a single word like, good, or an emoji works well if you're comfortable with a smartphone. If texting isn't your thing, consider a quick phone call to a family member or friend, even just to say, morning, I'm up. For those who prefer low-tech options, flipping on a porch light each morning or placing a small sign in your window, like, all good, can signal to a neighbor you're okay. Some communities even have local programs where volunteers check for these signals daily. Pick your person. Your heartbeat connection needs a reliable recipient. Someone who will notice if your signal doesn't come through. This could be a family member, a close friend, or even a trusted neighbor. Make sure it's someone you trust and who understands the importance of this routine. Clara's son, for instance, knows her schedule and checks his phone every morning for her heart emoji. If you don't have someone close by, consider connecting with a local senior center or church group that offers daily check-in programs. Set a routine. Consistency is key. Choose a specific time each day for your check-in, like first thing in the morning or right after your evening tea. This predictability makes it easier for your person to notice if something's off. If you're worried about forgetting, tie it to an existing habit, like sending your text right after you brush your teeth or turning on your porch light when you make your coffee. Have a plan B. Life happens. Phones die, schedules shift. Talk with your person about what to do if your signal doesn't come through. For Clara, her son knows to call first, then visit if she doesn't answer. If you live in an apartment or senior community, consider letting a neighbor or staff member know your routine so they can step in if needed. Some seniors even use wearable devices with alert buttons that can automatically notify someone if they fall or need help. The beauty of a heartbeat connection is that it's a small act with big impact. It's not about giving up your privacy or admitting you're frail. It's about building a bridge to the people who care about you. For many older adults, the fear of being a burden can make it hard to reach out, but this system flips that script. It's a way to say, I'm taking care of myself, but I'm also letting you be part of my life. And when you're living alone, that connection can turn a potential scare into a story you'll laugh about later over coffee with friends. Imagine Clara chuckling as she tells her son, "You should have seen your face when you burst in thinking I was half dead, and I was just napping." That's the kind of story you want to tell. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 2. A memory keeper for your mind. Let's talk about something we all face as we age. Those moments when your brain, that incredible vault of memories and wisdom, seems to misplace the key. You walk into the kitchen and stand there, wondering why you came in. You pause mid-conversation, grasping for a name that's just out of reach. Or you lie in bed at night, second-guessing whether you took your evening pills or paid that water bill. These moments don't mean you're losing your edge. They're just part of life after 70, 80, or beyond, when your mind has decades of brilliance to sort through. A memory keeper is your tool to outsmart those foggy moments. A simple system to keep track of the essentials so you can focus on living your life, not chasing stray thoughts. A memory keeper isn't about admitting defeat or labeling yourself forgetful. It's about taking charge, like a general organizing their troops before a battle. It's a notebook, a whiteboard, a smartphone app, or even a voice recorder where you capture the things that matter. Your medication schedule, doctor's appointments, grocery lists, or that fleeting thought about needing new batteries for the smoke detector. My neighbor George, an 81-year-old widower with a passion for gardening, swears by his life log, a battered spiral notebook that's become his personal command center. He jots down everything from the day he last watered his tomato plants to the date he changed his hearing aid batteries. When he couldn't find his glasses for 3 days straight, he flipped through his log and saw a note, "Glasses in car, glove compartment." Crisis averted, and George was back to reading his mystery novels without missing a beat. Here's how to create a memory keeper that works for you, tailored to your lifestyle and needs. Choose your tool. The best memory keeper is one you'll actually use. If you love the feel of pen on paper, a small notebook or a wall-mounted whiteboard in the kitchen might be perfect. If you're tech-savvy, try a smartphone app like Google Keep or a voice-activated assistant like Alexa to record reminders. For those who find writing or typing tricky due to arthritis or vision changes, a small digital voice recorder can be a game-changer. Just speak your thoughts and play them back later. George likes his notebook because he can carry it from room to room, but my friend Margaret, 76, uses a whiteboard by her fridge, where she writes in big, bold letters she can read without her glasses. Focus on what matters. Your memory keeper isn't for writing a novel, it's for the essentials that keep your day running smoothly. Start with your daily musts, medications, when and what you took, appointments, bills, and tasks like call plumber or buy milk. You can also include personal wins, like walked 15 minutes today, or called Sue for her birthday. George tracks his garden chores, but he also notes small joys, like saw a cardinal at the feeder today. These little entries remind you that your life is full, even on quiet days. Make it a habit. Like your heartbeat connection, consistency is key. Set aside a specific time each day to update your memory keeper. Maybe right after breakfast or before bed. Place it somewhere you can't miss, like next to your coffee maker or on your bedside table. If you're using a digital tool, set a daily reminder on your phone to check or update it. Margaret ties her whiteboard routine to her morning oatmeal, jotting down her day's plan while the kettle boils. Customize for your needs. As you age, your needs might change, and your memory keeper can adapt. If vision is an issue, use large print notebooks or high-contrast markers. If dexterity is a challenge, try voice-activated tools or ask a family member to help set up a simple app. If you're worried about forgetting critical tasks, like taking medications, consider pairing your memory keeper with a pill organizer or a smartwatch with reminder alerts. Some seniors even use color-coded systems, red for urgent tasks, blue for appointments, to make scanning easier. Involve others. If you want, your memory keeper can be private, but sharing parts of it with a trusted person can add an extra layer of support. For example, if you track your medications, you might show your list to your doctor or pharmacist to ensure it's accurate. If you're forgetful about appointments, a family member can check your log to remind you. George occasionally shares his life log with his daughter, who lives out of town, so she knows he's staying on top of things. The real power of a memory keeper is that it frees up your mental energy for the things that matter most. Whether that's enjoying a good book, tending your garden, or swapping stories with a friend. It's not about compensating for weakness. It's about streamlining your life so you can keep being the sharp, capable person you've always been. When George flips through his life log, he doesn't see a list of chores. He sees proof that he's still running the show, even when his brain takes a coffee break. And when you glance at your own memory keeper and see, took pills, or called grandkids, you'll feel that same quiet confidence. You've got this. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 3. A spark fund for your soul. You've spent decades being the responsible one, paying the mortgage, raising kids, or maybe caring for a spouse or aging parents. You've tucked away money for rainy days, planned for the unexpected, and put others' needs before your own. But now, in this beautiful season of life, it's time to carve out a little corner of your world just for you. Enter the Spark Fund, a dedicated stash of cash that's not for bills, not for emergencies, but for pure, unadulterated joy. This is your permission slip to indulge in the things that make your heart sing, no guilt allowed. For many older adults, especially those living alone, life can start to feel like a checklist of chores, doctor's appointments, grocery runs, keeping the house in order. The Spark Fund is your rebellion against that monotony. It's a reminder that you're not just getting by. You're living, with all the vibrancy and curiosity you've always carried. Think of it as a small financial hug, a way to say, I'm worth it and I deserve to feel alive. So, what does a Spark Fund look like? It's as unique as you are. Maybe it's $25 tucked away each month for a decadent box of chocolates, the kind with the fancy fillings you savor slowly. Or perhaps it's $100 saved up for a ticket to a local theater production, where you can lose yourself in a story for an afternoon. It could be the cost of a new knitting pattern and some soft, colorful yarn to create something beautiful, or even a quirky, wide-brimmed hat you spotted online that makes you feel like a movie star. My friend Dolores, a sprightly 77-year-old widow, calls hers the Because I'm Worth It Fund. Last month, she signed up for a pottery class at her community center. She came home with a lopsided mug that wobbles on the table but sits proudly on her kitchen counter. It's not perfect, she says, but it's mine, and I love it like a grandchild. That mug isn't just clay. It's a symbol of her creativity, her courage to try something new, and her refusal to let age define her. The beauty of the Spark Fund is its flexibility. It doesn't have to be big to make a big impact. If your budget is tight, start small. $10 a month can buy a new book of poetry, a bouquet for your table, or a coffee date with a friend at that cozy cafe you've always wanted to try. If you've got a bit more to spare, dream bigger. A day trip to a nearby town, a massage chair to ease those aching joints, or even a subscription to a streaming service so you can binge watch that series everyone's talking about. The point is to spend on something that lights you up, something that makes you feel connected to yourself and the world. For older adults, the Spark Fund can also be a powerful antidote to loneliness or the sense that life has become routine. It's a deliberate act of self-care, a way to nurture your spirit when the days feel long. Maybe you've always wanted to learn to paint, take a cooking class, or visit a botanical garden. Your Spark Fund can make those dreams a reality, no matter how small they seem. And don't underestimate the ripple effect. That pottery class might lead to new friendships, or that fancy dinner might spark a conversation with a kind stranger. These moments of joy can recharge your emotional batteries, helping you face each day with a lighter heart. To make it practical, set up your Spark Fund in a way that works for you. Open a separate savings account, keep a jar labeled Joy Money on your dresser, or simply earmark a portion of your monthly budget. The key is to treat it as sacred, not to be touched for utility bills or groceries. And don't let anyone, including yourself, talk you out of it with talk of frivolity. You've earned the right to delight in life's little pleasures. At 70, 80, or beyond, you're not just surviving, you're thriving, and your Spark Fund is the fuel for that fire. So, what's one thing you've been longing to do, just for you? Start there, and let the spark grow. 4. A Lifeline folder for peace of mind. Let's talk about something nobody enjoys thinking about, but everyone needs: the what-ifs. What if you take a fall in the kitchen? What if you're in the hospital and can't speak for yourself? What if your loved ones need to step in and make decisions on your behalf? These are heavy questions, especially as we age, but preparing for them doesn't have to be about fear, it's about empowerment. A Lifeline folder is your gift to yourself and those you love, a simple but profound way to ensure your wishes are honored and your peace of mind is intact, no matter what life throws your way. A Lifeline folder is a single, organized place where you keep all the critical information someone might need if you're unable to communicate. Think of it as your personal command center, a collection of documents and details that make it easy for paramedics, doctors, or family members to step in quickly and confidently. It's not about expecting the worst, it's about taking control so you can live with less worry. My friend Sam, a 79-year-old retired teacher who lives alone with his cat, Whiskers, keeps his in a bright red folder labeled, "If I'm down, read this." Inside, he's got his ID, a list of his medications, including dosages and pharmacies, his daughter's phone number, his doctor's contact info, and a note that says, "Please feed Whiskers before you call the ambulance." That last bit makes him chuckle, but it's also practical. Whiskers is family, and Sam wants to know he'll be cared for. Creating a Lifeline folder is straightforward, but it's a task many put off because it feels daunting or morbid. Let's reframe it. This is you being the boss of your own life, ensuring your voice is heard even when you can't speak. Here's what to include. Personal information, a copy of your ID, social security card, or just the number if you're worried about security, and insurance cards, Medicare, supplemental plans, etc. Medical details, a list of your medications, including dosages and schedules, plus any allergies or chronic conditions, e.g., diabetes, heart disease. Include your doctor's name and contact info, as well as any specialists you see. Emergency contacts, names and numbers of at least 2 people you trust, family, friends, or neighbors, who can be reached quickly. Specify who has permission to make decisions for you. Advance directives, a living will or healthcare power of attorney outlining your wishes for medical care, such as whether you want life-sustaining measures or prefer comfort care. If you have a DNR, do not resuscitate order. Include it prominently. Practical instructions, notes about pets, house keys, or other immediate needs. Sam's cat feeding note is a great example. Think about what matters to you. Personal touches. Add something that reflects you, a favorite poem, a photo, or a light-hearted instruction like, "Play Frank Sinatra at my bedside," or "Make sure my grandkids get my recipe book." These small details can comfort your loved ones and remind them of your spirit. Store your Lifeline folder in an obvious place, on your fridge, in a drawer by the front door, or in a clearly labeled box. Tell your trusted contacts where it is, and consider giving a copy to your primary emergency contact or doctor. Update it regularly, especially if your medications or wishes change. For older adults, this folder is especially vital. As we age, the risk of falls, sudden illness, or hospital stays increases, and having this information ready can make all the difference. Paramedics can act faster if they know your medical history. Your family won't have to scramble through drawers or guess at your wishes. And you'll sleep better knowing you've taken care of the people who'll take care of you. It's also a way to ease the burden on loved ones, who may already be worried about you living alone or managing health challenges. But beyond the practical, the Lifeline folder is a statement of agency. It's you saying, "This is my life, my story, and I'm in charge." It's a small act of love, for yourself and those who care about you. And if you want to make it fun, get creative. Decorate the folder with stickers, write a heartfelt note to whoever finds it, or include a funny instruction to keep things light. My neighbor Clara, 82, added a post-it that says, "If I'm out of it, tell the nurses I'm a terrible patient but I tip in cookies." That's Clara. Planning with a wink. So, take an hour this week to start your Lifeline folder. It's not about dwelling on the what-ifs, but about freeing yourself to focus on the what-nows. The joy, the spark, the life you're living today. You've got this, and your folder will make sure everyone else does, too. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 5. A ritual to anchor your days. As you navigate life alone in your later years, the days can sometimes feel like they slip through your fingers, blending into a quiet monotony where one morning looks much like the last. The rhythm of life can fade when there's no one else to share it with, no partner to greet over breakfast, no children bustling through the house, no colleague expecting you at the office. Yet, within this stillness lies an opportunity to create something deeply personal and profoundly meaningful. A ritual. This isn't about rigid routines or checklists that feel like chores. A ritual is a small, sacred act, intentionally chosen and imbued with meaning, that gives your day a heartbeat, a moment that feels distinctly yours. For those over 70, a ritual can be a gentle rebellion against the weight of time, a way to anchor yourself in the present while honoring the life you've lived and the life you're still shaping. Why rituals matter for the elderly. As we age, our sense of time and purpose can shift. The physical and emotional changes that come with growing older, perhaps a slower gait, a quieter home, or the loss of loved ones, can make days feel unmoored. Loneliness, which affects nearly 30% of adults over 65 according to studies, can creep in, whispering doubts about purpose or connection. A ritual counters this by offering structure, comfort, and a reminder of agency. It's a deliberate act that says, "I am here, and this moment matters." For older adults, rituals can also support mental and physical health. They engage the mind, encourage mindfulness, and can even improve mood and cognitive function, as research on mindfulness practices suggests. Most importantly, a ritual is a way to reclaim joy and meaning, no matter how small the act may seem. Well, there you have it, folks. The 5 essentials that make living alone after 70 not just possible, but a beautiful, bold adventure. From that heartbeat connection keeping you tethered to the world, to the spark fun that reminds you joy is still yours for the taking. These are the tools to craft a life that's vibrant and true to you. So, what have you learned today? Maybe it's the power of a daily ritual to ground your soul, or the courage to ask for help before you need it. I want to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned from this video that you're ready to bring into your life? Drop it in the comments below. Your story might just inspire someone else. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more honest, heartfelt chats to empower your golden years. Keep shining, friends. You've earned it.